on and goof off. We're ready. Honestly, as far as voices though, no idea.
G'day everyone. I'm Candle in the Dark. Now, notably, I don't peddle snake oil. I peddle essential oils. Very different things.
Lovely.
Like,
And coffee. Because if there's anything
I should write
this
up
city
a
needs,
combat sheet
it's
now.
getting addicted to caffeine.
what was that? Someone station for that.
I said I just need to write up my
No.
combat sheet.
So what do you mean?
My combat sheet is my hit points,
Oh,
my
yes.
spell slots.
I will nuke you.
Lovely.
I've done it before. I'll do it again. Oh, is everyone ready?
Yeah. Finally get my character sheet made.
Here we go. Lift that up there. This dice is rolling. Not gonna roll those. That over there.
Isaac,
Yeah.
my heebie-dees are GBD.
Oh my god.
Still start that right now with D&D.
Please. Seven.
Oh, I need to roll a pit dice. Hit points.
That might be a good
Everyone who's
idea.
in chat, we're just chilling, getting ready. Ladies and gentlemen, get yourself a woman who's so big.
I'm not gonna finish what I was thinking.
Has the Christmas music started where you guys are?
Just today.
It started in my store
Yeah.
right after Halloween ended. It has been 23 days of listening to Christmas music in my store.
That,
Oh no.
And let me guess, it's not even the good stuff. It's like
Nope.
Aunt Sherry's door music stuff.
Pretty much.
What's the stream name?
Artemis 1142.
I would like to point out that I am one of the only 2 viewers.
Yep, there you are. The budget Batman.
Artemis 1142?
Yep.
Well,
So for the stream that's up on Twitch, it's the exact same for the one that's on our Discord. So if you just want to watch that, if that's easier, whatever one works.
For me, one of these is bigger. I prefer seeing everyone's faces or profile icons.
I'm gonna be back in
Just
just
back and forth.
a minute.
Sounds good.
oh. actually. Something to sip on during the game.
It's so cute watching the little people bounce.
Boing.
One, it sounds a lot more aggressive. That's why I'm trying to hit it so lightly, and it's like, no. That worked so well.
Something like that.
That'd be okay?
Yeah, I already had a plan, but I got you.
Okay.
Similar.
Milady, that's electronics. You can't eat that. Thank you.
Four score and 7 years ago. Forefathers. Something.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I think that's about all people tend to remember of that. I mean, I used to know a lot more of it, but well, people can.
Sounds like I'm sending you something on Pinterest.
You have a problem with Pinterest.
I love Pinterest.
The rabbit hole you go down, though, is concerning.
There's no embossing safe.
There is.
Nice.
The corner's not going anywhere. I promise it's gonna stay right there. It's okay. You don't gotta keep watching it. I know. Good corner. I believe you. No. She's looking at me. She doesn't believe me.
Okay, you're just staring.
Let's see.
The orange is getting to night.
Just staring at menacingly.
It stares at me in the night.
In the crispy darkness.
You guys ever have one really smart pet and a really stupid pet, and then the smart pet gets really stupid because it's hanging out with the stupid pet?
Yeah, well, I can't finish
Oh,
that
good.
sentence either. I was gonna say something way worse.
I was thinking
Here,
triple.
I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you, David.
And I'm
Hey Rex, what languages does
That's
your
not
character
okay,
speak
buddy.
again?
Give me a moment, and I will get back to you on that, William.
Nancy, there's some gas out here on the porch.
I'm gonna eat the fancy chocolate.
I was surprised.
I got distracted. chocolate. I can't open it, can you? It did the pull rip like it did. Huh? Basically, yeah. Thank you. I suppose. Oh, it's so shiny. Look how shiny. Shiny. Peanut Buddha. That's what it's called. I think they gave me the wrong flavor. They give beers too, but I don't want beers. He's a good puppy. You're a good puppy. I love you. Yeah. You like the kiss? Good boy. Oh, look at all the scratches. Sorry, I don't talk to you like a dog. Guys, that was a requirement. It looks weird. Oh no. They gave me the wrong flavor. It's peanut butter. It's not banana.
Chocolate flavor.
It is, but I was expecting banana.
All right, is everybody ready?
Yes.
1, 2, 3.
Yes.
Rex is gonna be right back, right?
I will be. We just have other people in the room at the moment, so I'm gonna be quiet.
That's good. In that case, we will get started. Okay. So. Welcome one, welcome all. I'm happy you all could make it. For tonight, we start session 1 of the Citadel. Our city, resting on the crystal blue and green waters, the near endless ocean, sits between an archipelago of lush and grassy green islands. The city, known as the Citadel by all its residents and the surrounding islands, is split into 6 districts: Propel, Peligro, Thef, Avofi, Taltron, and Covewater. Each of these led by their respective nobleman or woman who sit at the council each week in the central hall to discuss the rules and policies to keep their glorious city afloat. And this city, through its wise leadership, has led the world for almost 600 years. Magic pushing throughout the very streets themselves, spreading out into the oceans and skies, lighting them up at night with beautiful greens and purples, similar to what far-off sailors call the lights of the north. But this warm summer's night, the gentle breeze flows over the walls and streets, a gentle rumble shakes beneath, waking babies from their mothers with startled cries. But as quickly as it came, it was gone. Some of you may have been awake to feel the small earthquake, others perhaps not. The rest of the night is silent, save for the chirping of crickets, some laughter from the taverns, and gentle music from the occasional minstrel roaming the streets. As the sun rises, so does the rest of the city. Market stalls going up as people in carts full of goods travel up and down the street. A cheery small home weighed made from white sandstone in the Coldwater district, opens its windows for the first time that day. A halfling woman, barely showing signs of graying, speaks in a soft tone. 2. Isaac, would you like to describe your character?
Yes. So, this man talking to her, let me pull up a picture of him, my own personal reference. He has very, very light brown hair, as well as kind of pale greenish eyes, wearing a sleeveless trench coat over a plain white shirt with a couple decals around the collar. Trench coat being of a dark bluish gray color with patterns of stars and moons and suns all across it, as well as a pair of kind of not slim fitting pants, just pants that kind of have a checkered pattern to them, dappled with various bruises from years or months past, and a couple scars along his arms. A little bit of stubble along the side of his chin, but it goes up to about not quite mutton chops before connecting to a very faint mustache. But yes, that is Emil.
Nice.
I will send the picture to everybody so you have reference. That is not the right one. That is Mahibis.
The heebies have been jeebies.
There we go. Das ist Emil.
And as she speaks, Isaac, you will hear. Oh, it's been so long. I've heard you just came back from the sea. How have you been?
It's been a while, but I mean, I've been good. It's been a whole lot better on the sea than here in the city.
And your travels well?
Oh, very much so. I've traveled to very distant lands, seen things that I thought were once but rumors. I never thought I would leave the city. It's been nice. Nice to travel.
How long have you been back? Have you spoken with
Just
Harry?
is she still here?
I haven't seen her in a while.
I've been back for but maybe a better part of a month and a half, 2 months. But I've been more localized around the docks.
Do check in on her for me, will you? I have not seen her.
Is she still in the central the arena?
Last I heard, however, I don't go down there often.
I'll make sure to pay a visit.
And as you are saying this, you hear commotion outside the window.
Look outside the window, open up the blinds.
And you can make a perception.
Oh, I'm really good at these. Rolled really bad. 8.
All right. You hear from what sounds like maybe perhaps right around the corner, someone preaching or yelling or calling out for people to repent.
I'll go towards the door to open it. I'll turn back to Odetta. I'm going to say, thank you for having me again. It is nice to see you, and I will make sure to pay Barry a visit.
Yes, and feel free to come back anytime.
I know.
She gives you a
And
very
I will
warm-
walk out and close the door.
As you close the door, you notice in the corner of the street on the sidewalk. William, would you like to describe your character?
Did you say William?
Yes.
All right. Your voice is starting to
Sorry.
reverberate a bit, so
That better?
yes.
Awesome.
So the man who is preaching is an elvish man. If he were standing, he would be about 5 foot 10 inches. But as it is, he is currently kneeling on the ground. There is a hat next to him, tipped upwards, though it looks like he's not really paying that much attention to the alms collecting part of this, as he is rather enthusiastically exhorting the crowd of their upcoming damnation if they do not repent. He has short blonde hair, of the Valiant Heart hairdo if you play Baldur's Gate 3. His eyes are blue, light blue. He seems to have a fairly light complexion. Here and there are scars as though he's been through some battles in the past. He is an elvish man and is wearing comparatively fine clothes, though it would be hard to see that since he's wearing chainmail above them.
Okay. And for you, Isaac, it's quite rare to see an elf in this world. You get almost a distaste in your throat, in your stomach from seeing one. But what would you like to do?
I'll go up, assuming there's nowhere to sit to listen. It's kind of like a standing thing.
I mean, there are benches around, but he's currently on the corner.
Are there other people? Is there a crowd gathering?
A small crowd, yes.
I will just blending into the crowd, make my way forward, and just listen a little bit.
As you make your way through the crowd, I'm assuming you go to possibly the other side of the street to listen.
Yeah, I want to stand in the crowd, like right smack in the middle, just so a little more inconspicuous.
Another sound catches your ear. Seems to be someone explaining their wares, and on the almost the opposite street corner. Rex, would you like to describe your character?
Yes, indeed. He is a tabaxi. I have posted his image and character as well. In the more of a serval appearance, great big ol' ears, standing up. He's kind of wearing more of a adventurer's looking outfit. Well, stereotypical adventurous looking outfit. As he's going and explaining exactly the workings of this wondrous machine that he has brought from far lands. He's like, where is this? Here we go. He's like 6 foot tall almost exactly, and he's like rather skinny as they tend to be. He just is, just gesturing towards the thing, very elaborate flow of his motions. He goes, "Come one, come all. This is something I've been excited to share with you for some time. This invention I have traveled far and near, and this is one of the great wonders of the world outside. I present to you for your consideration the coffee maker. First, all you have to do is put in this little bag of beans, which I have crushed up at this point. Next, we just put in this little cup of water. Now, I'm going to push this button, and in just a couple of minutes, it will produce something none of you have ever seen before in your lives.
As he's doing this, a small crowd is gathering bigger and bigger to watch him. They seem almost divided between the preacher and the coffee maker.
I change my attention and ignore the preacher and go over towards the man who has brought wild things from countries far away.
As this is happening, I'd like all three of you to roll perception for me.
All better than a 2. Yeah, not much better.
14.
Natural 20 plus 5.
It's 13.
You all hear the not too distant sounds of horse hooves seeming to be going at full speed as they are rushing towards you. And in the distance, slightly uphill from looks like the main part of the city, you see a horse and a cart running downhill towards you.
Go step out of the way.
There seems to be no rider, however, there are several people running after.
I will not step out of the way.
Said not
I
step out of the way.
will. Well,
Um,
I'm working on it. I am
Where-
going to. Real quick, what's the opinion on magic in this city? Cool. I'm gonna cast Entangle on the horse and the cart to hope to stop it in its tracks.
Alright. Go ahead and let
It needs to make a strength saving throw. For probably only the horse.
Alright, one. Just a second, we're figuring it out. Nat 1.
Sick. It fails, so it is restrained and cannot move.
So it is restrained and running up right behind the horse, grabbing its reins. I'm gonna let Rory describe her character.
So it is a 5'6" girl. She is dressed in very Western, like cowgirl kind of style. I'm gonna send a photo in the chat too. She has a tail following her cloak. She has she has one gun on her right side and then what looks to be a really long rifle on her back. She looks really tired, really angry and upset. Honestly, not much different than what the photo looks. She's gonna come running up and be like, "Oh my lord, I am so sorry. Clip Clop right here was supposed to stay right in this station, and he went off and ran. I'm so sorry you had to do this, but I thank you profusely."
She also has to make a strength saving throw for Entangle.
Why do I?
Any creature except for me.
Why would you make my creature touch it? I didn't say that! You did this!
Emil's just brings his hands forward, and roots begin to sprout out, grabbing the horse, not realizing someone else can get entangled with it.
Alright, got natural 20 plus 1.
Yeah, you're fine. It's a 14 DC.
I have a plus 1 in strength.
Yeah, no, I'm just Nat 1 the Nat 20 is crazy.
I think it's still qualified as difficult terrain, so it's hard to move through, but you're fine.
She's trying to grab the reins, calming down
It
Clip
is.
Clop.
Yeah. I mean, Isaac, how do you react?
I'll release the spell, and it fades, and I'll walk up and just kind of start brushing the side of the horse. He said, that could have gone very wrong.
Very much so. I swear, this horse has lived for 3 generations, yet it's still so reckless.
That's not very smart of the horse. I'm going to cast Speak with Animals. I'm going to say, what were you running from, friend?
gonna not just decide to run.
Well, considering you have people chasing you, I think it may not be the best idea.
I'll
I
run
mean,
if I
you've
want.
given this nice woman here a little bit of a scare.
She's fine.
Are you sure about that?
Kind of hear the horse just, and like it just kind of does like a side eye, almost like
Listen,
a
I'm
sarcastic.
sure you've given her enough of a scare for one day. How about you give it a few days before you try anything else again?
He kind of gives you like a weird look, horse, little side eye, and I don't sure if I should listen to you, but seeing as you know magic and you're a strange beast man, I think I might listen just this once.
I think being able to talk to a horse probably constitutes being able to listen to me.
You'd be surprised. how
And I'll
many
create a
people
little flower and like weave it into its hair, just with druidcraft. Start creating a couple flowers, weave it through like Rapunzel's hair.
Are you gay?
That's a really good question. And I drop speak with animals, so we won't understand anything anymore.
William and Rex, what you guys like to do during this time?
Well, as it happens, waiting for coffee to brew takes a couple of minutes, so this is a very nice commotion. I don't have to entertain the crowd, as they're all looking at this.
William, as
Let's
you
see.
go ahead, sir.
Sam's just going to sigh and he'll look at the disturbance. He'll look at the coffee maker guy, and seeing the crowd has dispersed a bit, he stands up and walks over to the peddling tabaxi.
Here's someone who will make an excellent example. This pot is ready. Would you like to try and sample the greatness of the world?
Are we really going to do this, Candle?
Okay. Any of you?
Sam sighs, but he walks up anyway.
As he walks up, one of the many watchers on the street kind of shoulder checks you, spits at your boots.
I kick his shins.
And he keeps walking. You could tell it was very
Yes,
intentional.
lovely. The refuse in this street continues to impress me.
Oh,
Well, anyway, the coffee?
of course. He hands you a cup. Now, would anyone else like to try this? Perhaps you, sir. Gesture at
I release the entangle
Emil.
spell, hoping that the horse doesn't run.
No, as soon as you do that, my character looks to the horse and like, clip clop, you know the punishment for running away. Holds out a bracelet, and you see the horse go inside the bracelet. Just leave
I was
the
going
cart and
to-
horse both inside.
The cart too?
Yep, hold on, all of it.
Okay.
To be fair,
Well, I was going
This
to
is-
ask if I could, have a ride somewhere, but that's okay.
Oh, for sure, you can definitely do that. Where would you like?
Well, it's just a pain to walk to the center of the city, but I have someone I need to go meet.
I would be more than happy to give you a ride.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I almost said you're very welcome. It's been a long time since I've been within the city. Whew. I heard someone call my name.
I heard coffee. Coffee machine? I want to
don't
go
know.
try some.
Now here is someone who has tried this sort of thing before. Now, as our friend can attest, this is some of the finest sort of thing you can find in the world.
It's the best. It gets me right up in the morning. God, I don't know what I'd do without it.
Is it like
Indeed.
an alcohol?
Oh no, it's
No.
so much better. It gives you energy, it gives you a boost. It's so easy to make. Honestly, I feel like you need to try some. Just do it. Just go try.
Is it free?
Of course, sir.
It's a kind of bitter bean juice.
Now,
Sounds a
now.
lot like alcohol.
Not
This
unless you
is-
add some sugar.
Is it free?
Of course, sir. Of course it is.
I will try a
This
little bit.
is a demonstration. He gives you a cup.
How is this coffee anyway?
Did you add sugar or cream? Or is it straight from the pot?
This is straight
There is a pot of cream and a little bit of and a set of sugar, a little thing, I guess, next to it probably.
I think
in case
you
I-
add it. Or you just
I have not had it.
I took what was handed to me, I dipped my finger, and I licked it.
It is the most bitter tasting black coffee you have ever tasted. Like it doesn't put hair on your chest type of coffee.
I handed it over to the cowgirl.
Oh,
You can have
sweetheart,
mine.
you're supposed to add sugar and cream into this.
I don't think you can make that better.
She goes over, adds everything to make it taste really sweet and like cool down. Walks over, hands it back like, now try this, love. I swear you'll like it.
But I didn't before.
You'll like it this time.
I'll guarantee that.
Sam takes a little bit of sugar, adds it.
While this is happening, you all watch as what looks like a young messenger boy comes jogging up to you guys. Looks at your group for a second, then turns to
Lizzie.
Lizzie. Goes, Miss Lizzie, there's a message for you from Lord and Lady Covewater.
Thank you so much,
And
sweetheart.
he hands you like a little, just a little sealed envelope. And
It's that guy from Skyrim.
I have a letter for you.
You finally awake.
I have something I've got to deliver. Your hands only.
As he does this, though, he pulls out what looks like a small scroll, opens it up, looks down the list, looks to each and one of you, goes, "Oh, this is incredibly convenient. I think I also have a letter for each one of you, also from Lord and Lady Covewater." And he pulls out a small stack of envelopes, all identical. and
The
hands
look
them
of
to each of you.
frustration on Sam's face turns into a look of concern.
I open mine with my dagger, and I read it.
It reads, your presence is requested as soon as possible at the home of Lord and Lady Covewater. That's it.
I roll it back up, take the large scroll case off my shoulder that's been on my back, twist the lid, and I just shove it in with the rest of my paper.
Kindle, you were there, right, when I applied for my street preaching permit? That did happen, I'm not imagining it.
You're talking to the.
I'm talking to
doubt
Candle.
Yeah. I doubt this is about that matter.
Well,
Somehow.
y'all, I
You
got
need
a
a
horse.
permit to talk on the streets?
People in this infernal city will harass me for anything.
Oh no, for you that makes sense.
Hey, now that's mean. We gotta be nice. They ain't done nothing wrong.
I've been on a boat for 2 years. It's kind of distance from social customs. I apologize.
Um,
Have I ever
Young
seen
lady,
an elf
would
before,
you-
before now?
I
You probably have, though
Cool.
not pretty.
Sick.
Young lady, would you please, allow us to use your cart to move to the upper city?
For sure, I was just about to offer that. Y'all can hop in the rip back while I ride on up.
So Coldwater's house is not in the upper city. It is currently in the outer city.
Going for a ride.
You guys are currently.
We are already in the Covewater district, right? Because that's where
Yes.
Odetta lives.
You're in the Coldwater district. You are. Can you guys see my mouse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are right about here somewhere. The Coldwater home is out here.
Okay. And how do we get there? Because it looks like we have to go through another district to get to there.
There's like small paths and ferries across.
Okay.
Right.
Everything's
I
pretty-
will stow everything in my.
Sam stands up. He goes and grabs his backpack and his lance. Then he walks over and helps Candle clean up his stall.
I will bid a very elaborate adieu to the crowd.
Lizzie's just gonna watch this and then pull out the horse and carriage from her bracelet, look at Clip Clop, be like, Clip Clop, you better act right now this time, or else you're gonna be in serious trouble. Shush your mouth.
He's got all the flowers interwoven into his hair.
Yeah.
He looks like the prettiest boy.
So, you guys all hop in.
Yes. Is there is this a 2-person in the front and then lines like benches in the back going back?
Essentially, yeah.
Kind of cart? Sick. I'll hop in the front.
Excuse you.
And as we go, I'm gonna ritually cast Speak with Animals
All right.
so I can keep talking to him.
You're gonna talk to my horse while I'm riding him.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
That's it.
Everyone else.
Just
like
making
to do?
idle conversation.
What would everyone else like to do while you travel to the outer city?
Well,
I
so
wouldn't
Simon,
have- I wouldn't have anything in my cart, would I?
No, you already made your trip for the day.
Okay.
anyone fancy a cup of coffee?
I'll take one.
I'm okay.
Here's your cup back.
Thank you.
So as
Actually, but incidentally, whenever he hands it back to you, it's clean.
Mhm.
Like, as though it had been washed.
No, I'm sure.
as you guys make your way out,
We know each other, William.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah,
not like
I
this-
know. I cast prestidigitation on it. Like,
as you guys make your way towards the outer city, just a lovely sunny day. There's barely any clouds in the sky. Salty sea breeze waving through the city. And after about 45 minutes to an hour of travel, you reach the outer gates of Lord and Lady Coldwater's. Looks like a mansion. We'll have an image for it here.
I'm sorry to trouble you again, young lady, but as a local, what sort of people exactly are these Cove Waters?
Oh, they are so sweet. They are very kind. They don't judge based off of what you are. So you are perfectly fine, sweetheart. I promise you. They are the sweetest things. They also have a daughter. They're very technological and very sciencey. So they might say some terms I don't always know either, but it'll be just fine. Also, y'all can call me Lizzie.
Yes, ma'am.
Very well, Miss Lizzie. It's an honor to make your acquaintance. My name is Samael of the Tacitus clan.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
As you guys enter these beautiful marble gates, you're led up a beautifully winding path through what looks like a very well-tended garden to a home that is just sitting right on the edge of the cliff. So you guys can see on the stream the pictures. That's what it looks like, and there's some views. 1 second, let me respond to a text real quick. And as the cart pulls up, a couple servants run out to meet you. They take the horse's reins, and you guys are kind of gestured to go inside, where there are large bronze doors at the entrance of the house. Everything looks extremely wealthy and probably very overpriced.
I've been here before, right?
Yeah. Most of you have at one point or another been here. Servants slowly lead you through the winding hallways to the outer balcony.
Oh, sorry, you took the wrong turn. We're supposed to go that way to get to the balcony.
Close. It's cutting out and it's cutting in and out. Put it closer to your mouth.
Whoops.
Put it in.
I will give you guys the ASMR now.
Oh jeez.
Sorry. But yeah, you guys are led to the balcony where you see a Lord and Lady Covewater standing on the balcony. Let me pull up here. So, from what you guys know, that's not.
I have their descriptions.
Lord Covewater, dressed in beautiful white and gold, a tall, well-built man with a nice little brown goatee, fatherly. Think what was it? Rapunzel's dad from Tangled. I think like that vibe. His wife, Lady Covewater, is a woman who seems both 13 sorry, not 13. Whoa.
Ooh.
Hold up.
Still
35.
minors?
35
I'm
and
fairly
19.
sure even in the Middle Ages that was a
35.
crime.
35 and 19 at the same time. My brain mixed those two numbers together. 35 and 19 at the same time. She carries herself with very powerful hands, and yet, from those of you who have seen her before, there's a really gentle, innocent smile. And they are both seem to be in conversation, standing by the railings of the balcony as you guys approach.
A bow, little half bow. Hello.
No. She just walks up casually.
Night.
No hesitation.
Samael gives a bow and like suddenly looks around as though he's expecting a crier to announce our presence.
It seems to be very laid back at the moment. Like the servants have walked out, and you see even the servants seem to be relaxed. They're not rushing to do anything, it seems. As you guys make your presence known, you can see he seems to not exactly force a smile. Actually, you know what? Roll insight, whoever wants to.
That's the best roll I rolled this whole campaign of my 3 rolls, and it's still not very high.
Oh, I got a 7.
19.
Alright, let's see. 13 plus what? 13 plus 5.
4.
18.
At 1.
Oh.
For any of those who rolled higher than a 13,
Oh.
you notice that their smiles seem slightly forced.
Is this a bad time, Your Excellency?
No, please, call me John. Everything's fine. I just wanted to, we wanted to summon you and perhaps give you a job.
We have been summoned. What is the job?
Like I said, you can choose to accept or not. It is entirely up to you. The pay will be substantial. But I'm sure some of you know of the what's the sorry, 1 second. The Gladiator Arena in the middle of town. Very entertaining weekend combats, daily combats too. I'm sure most of you even have been.
Samaya looks to the side guiltily.
Simple task. We would like to send you there to search for something for us. You don't have to go behind anything or do anything illegal. I'm not asking for that. Just go, enjoy the show, and just watch the staff and see if you notice. And he kind of seems to trail off. He's not exactly sure what to say as Lady Covater speaks up. We're looking for a coat.
What?
A coat.
So y'all
Ah.
lost a coat?
Could you provide a more specific description?
Yes. It's a white fur coat made from seal fur. It's very sentimental to me, and we'd be very, very much in your debt if you were able to locate it.
Are there any enchantments on it?
There are, though that's not what makes it unique.
That would just help me find it.
Of course. And you can, for those of you who rolled higher than an 8 on your rolls, you can tell that she is very, very much anxious about this.
Is there anything we should look for with this coat?
No, just the coat, please. And should you find it, we will give you 50 gold each.
Could I ask for something different than gold?
Is it what you usually ask for?
Yes, please.
Absolutely. That can be
Thank
done.
you.
I lean over to Lizzie. What do you normally ask for?
She leans back over. I get gun upgrades. It's amazing.
For those of you who, in fact, I think most of you, you're not 100% sure what a gun is.
I probably know being on the sea. Ice
Possibly?
cannons, a little bit of maybe skirmishes with
Maybe.
pirates.
Maybe. You'd
Very,
be
very
the,
faint.
you'd be the only person who has at least heard rumors, but black powder isn't even widely used yet.
Yeah.
Now I might know black powder. at least.
I'm going to assume that the elves, putting aside the fact that they're hated on 3/4 of the land mass, are probably also more of a magic-based society, correct?
Yes.
Alright.
So that could just be a stereotype.
Well, since my character is from there, like, I'm assuming he would know.
Yeah. I'd say it's leans towards that, but not very heavily. Like, you notice it's probably pretty similar to where everything is in the normal city.
Mm-hmm. I'm just imagining to compensate for less manpower given things.
And as this is all happening, Lord Kovar thinks, oh, here are your tickets, and he pulls out 4 distinctly written tickets for today's or this evening's show, if you will.
So, you want us to watch the show and search?
Just watch from your seats, and if you see anyone with a very distinct white coat, just come back and let us know. Either way, you'll be making the 50 gold.
Do you want us to try to retrieve the coat?
You see Lady Covewater almost say something, but Lord Covewater says his answer a little bit faster. No, that could be, much too dangerous. You wouldn't want to put your lives in any danger.
Okay. No. What's that? Confrontation. You were just recon.
Precisely.
Cool.
You guys get to
Take my
enjoy the
ticket and I
show.
start walking away.
Perfect.
All right, then I guess we're on our way.
And thank you.
Alright,
Because
I'll
I'm a
take
little
my
ways
ticket
away
and
first,
bow
I
again.
assume I have like 30 seconds. I go around a corner and start hyperventilating. Calm myself down, straighten myself up before everyone else walks around the corner.
So, you mentioned a gun. What exactly is that?
Oh, it is amazing. You would not believe what I have. I began with a
deafening?
crossbow. Yeah, oh, you ain't gotta be so snarky.
Of
Sorry.
course.
So I used to have a crossbow, but that was much too long to reload, to fight. I just couldn't do with it, especially with all the danger doing shipments. So I did jobs for the Cold Waters, and now instead of using a crossbow, I use this here trinket. And she pulls out her side gun. It looks like a 6 revolver. And
What's his
she,
name?
oh,
S-
gun. I don't have an official name for it yet.
So,
Lovely.
right. So, it puts materials downrange like a
Yeah.
crossbow, eh?
Yeah, and here, let me show you what I put in it. And she pulls out 6 arrows that are connected together in the circular range. And she opens up the gun, the side to reload it. She's like, here, you can take this out and you put this right back in. And boom, you got 6 arrows right ready for you.
It's a crossbow revolver.
A crossbow revolver.
I've been doing jobs for so long, and they instead give me money, they just upgrade my weapons. It's a really great deal.
Hmm. So a gun is has a revolving cylinder that shoots arrows.
Yeah, it uses high amount of pressure to push out the arrow. That way, nothing else breaks, nothing else follows, and it can go exactly where I aim it. I didn't gotta worry about air or nothing, unless it's really far away. And in
But
this case, I use my other gun, and she pulls out her rifle.
right, but how do you produce the pressure that feeds the thing? I've come up with some ideas of these sorts of things in the past, but yeah, it's not like I've
Well,
actually
for
done
this,
much
and
of an
she
opportunity.
shows you the sides because unless the gun is actually in use, she
Yeah.
likes to hide 2 flaps. She opens up 2 flaps on the side of it, and she says, "Look here, there's the string. So you pull it back like you would for a normal crossbow.
Hmm.
It's just a lot smaller and more contained."
But how does it? So does it have a mechanism that cocks the string multiple times? And I'm just rather curious about how the string of that size produces that amount of force.
See, I couldn't tell you. I just know the Coldwater's daughter. Oh, she's a cutie. She's been working on my guns personally. She
Hmm.
knows what
She
to
is.
do with everything, so.
She's very nice.
Indeed.
Are you open to name suggestions for your gun?
Oh, of course.
I'll think of a few.
Thank you. I've been trying, but you can tell with my horse name I'm not that great at naming.
Are you open to suggestions for your horse?
Oh no, that horse name we picked like ages ago. I think when I was a little youngling.
Do you want me to ask him?
You could ask him.
Can I have a refresh on what everyone is?
Human.
Tiefling.
Alright. Human, tiefling, he's a tabaxi, and I'm a high elf. Alright.
So you guys, I'm assuming, start making your way towards the inner city.
Yeah.
As you head out, it seems to be maybe, let's say, 10 a.m. in the morning, and you guys travel through the city. It takes about 2 hours to get to the inner city, where the arena is. On your way, I'd like one of you to roll just a straight d20.
14.
All right. In
I
that case,
wish I rolled a 1.
as you guys are traveling, you notice off to the side, on one of the roads you're going, what looks like a bunch of the celestial guards, standing around a blackened area where it looks like fire has burnt very hot, searing the walls and ground black in a oddly human-like shape.
Alright.
And you can kind of see the celestial guards are standing around it, talking in hushed tones. You guys go past.
Does that happen more recently?
Lizzie looks back at everyone and's like, hey, after we do this, do y'all want to go check that out? I'm kind of curious.
We have time now, right? We don't have to go to the evening.
True. Shall we make a pit stop?
Yep.
Alright, clap. Let's go backwards.
The,
Rain rivers.
are you sure the guards won't be a hassle?
Nah, I'm sure it'll be fine. I'll talk right to him. It'll be fine.
You can put on a hat, cover your ear, tuck your ears into the hat.
They know
Ah.
me all too well. They'll be fine with you. I'll make sure they know that.
Sounds really ominous, Lizzie.
Well, we don't need to look in the nitty gritty.
Now it sounds more ominous. Let's go back. Let's just go check it out.
She pulls clip clop in reverse, so you're slowly backing up, and the cart's like tilting to the side until one of you says something.
Every time.
Pardon, Miss Lizzie, wouldn't it be better to steer around? I mean, I'm not familiar with how a cart works. I read a book myself, but
You are so right. I forgot I had a cart on this horse. I'm so sorry. I'm so used to riding alone, you see.
it's no problem.
It sounds lovely.
Every
Slowly
time the
turning.
wheel spins backwards, it makes like a slight squeak, so it sounds like backup lights at the back alarm. Exactly.
Look out, everybody! Here we come.
At a
Just
very
trying to wave
slow
people out of the
pace.
road, out of the street.
At a painfully slow pace, you back up to where the guards are standing. They kind of look at you guys very briefly before going back to their conversation.
Lizzie's gonna
So-
hop down and join.
Hop down as well.
Just walk right up to them and be like, hey.
They stop their conversation. Hey, can I help you?
What's going
Looks
on
like you
here,
got a
boys?
problem.
It's God business, none of yours, but
God business. This doesn't look religious.
no, God.
You really need to work on your enunciation.
The one guard
Well,
looks
they have an
slightly
accent like me.
irritated. Looks slightly irritated while the other ones are like chuckling. One of the others
know-
is
Try again. Arda.
You know, you're not really helping our
Guard.
case to get information.
Oh, you can take over.
Mr. Druid, I'm pretty sure it's more than R.
She
don't know
looks
what I
to
am.
the guards while that conversation is happening. It's like,
the
hi.
one guard
I
just
watched you
looks
cast.
tired.
I can make an educated guess.
We can cast that.
The one guard just looks tired of this. You can tell he's been made fun of before. However, the other guard that is talked to takes a deep breath from laughing and is. You were wondering what's happening?
Yeah.
Well, I guess I could tell you what everyone around here already knows. People have been combusting, exploding, catching fire violently on the streets. You know, not exactly sure what or what's happening or why it's happening, but it is messy, as you can see.
Is there any blood and gore around, or just the outline of the burn?
It's like the outline of the burn, and then like mini explosion.
Man, I watch Fire Force. I know what's going on. No, it's an anime joke.
I know, I get you. I've seen it too.
Or technically I read it, but
Fancy. But that is all the information I can give to you at the moment.
Really? Are you sure that's all? With how much I've helped you, you can't give me just a little bit more. Maybe I could help in this one too.
He seems mildly nervous all of a sudden, and he goes, Miss, I cannot.
Darling, I think we both know where this is going. You might as well just tell me.
He just looks
And then
extremely uncomfortable.
Her tail is now like starting to rattle just the smallest amount while looking at him with the sweetest smile. Now, sweetheart, you want to tell me what's happening?
He just looks hella uncomfortable. His face is just beet red. And he's just standing there awkwardly, knowing that if he folds, he's never going to hear the end of it from his other team members. So he's just doing everything he can.
She walks right in front of him, tries to stand as tall, like eye to eye level with him, and is like, now, what's happening? I'll make sure no one makes fun of you if you want, but you best tell me now.
Miss, I'm not allowed to say.
Do you want me to get the rope again, darling? Or are you gonna tell?
What the heck am I doing?
Hey,
I'm a cowgirl. I have rope. I'm gonna mangle things.
there's no need for this.
One of the other guards kind of steps and he goes, okay, breathe. He cannot tell you. None of us can. Mostly because none of us even know. So please.
Candle, is this sort of behavior normal around here?
Emil has his hands cupped in front of him, just swaying back and forth, listening to the conversation right next to Lizzie.
Lizzie backs down. She's like, you best be telling the truth, otherwise we are gonna have major problems. I know your mama. I will tell her.
Please, don't. And at this point, the guards are now starting to move away. They finished the conversation. You definitely hear some hearty laughter and some snide comments amongst them.
Well, y'all, that was kind of unhelpful.
If I were to make a guess, it's because they're infidel heathens, and they haven't repented. And he nods his head.
Like that
As
answer.
he-
That's a solid one. Well, shall we hop back on Clip Clop and start riding?
Yep.
That sounds good to me.
Guys, make your way up. And as you continue, you start seeing more and more people making their way to the arena as well. And you see what looks like almost the Roman Colosseum, standing pretty close to the center of the city. For some of you, this brings back fond memories. For others, a sick feeling. You guys go towards the front gates, where a man is standing at a table. Some people handing him money for tickets, and others showing because they've already previously purchased. As you guys approach, tickets, please.
Give it to him.
I'll show your tickets. He nods and goes, your seats are here on the ticket. Make your way in. Food can be bought and purchased inside. And kind of just waves you down. Waves you off.
I'm going to nod to him What's his name?
The guy doing the tickets.
Yeah.
He has not given you his name.
Well, I'm assuming I have more than a passing familiarity with this place, given what we discussed.
Yeah. You don't. This guy might be new.
Okay.
As you do realize that a lot of the staff has been changing recently.
I did hear Mom. But sorry. I did not. Sorry, guys.
Oh, you're good. I was like, how would your character be reacting to this?
He's staying really quiet. Just kind of staring at the big walls of the Colosseum.
Looks different from this place.
It's always looked like this, for the most part. That painting is new.
It's odd. The people I know seem to be being exchanged for new people. I didn't think the turnover rate was quite this bad.
You to make in. You see what seems to be an odd spectacle I've been here before. But a
Can you call my telephone?
One sec. You see the owner of the Gladiators Ring. I'm gonna say 5'11" tall woman, with pretty long, dark brown hair, almost tinted red, going past her shoulders. She wears a scarlet red dress. She's standing and greeting people as they go about. For those of you who have gone to these before, you know that's quite rare. She usually stays in her little balcony to watch. She has not noticed you guys yet, though.
Yep, I'm gonna duck out of sight. I'm not being seen.
Lizzie's gonna look over and be like, "Are you alright?"
Shh, shut up. You're gonna tell them where I am.
I.
I'm gonna try to be
Do
sneaky.
you want a circle around you? We could make a tiny
I'm
circle.
gonna try as she's talking to me to just slink through the shadows and walk past.
Do you try to walk past this lady?
I'm gonna try to be real sneaky about it, but yeah, I'm gonna walk past her.
Roll stealth.
That hit my arm. I'm gonna roll with disadvantage. With disadvantage. Oh, sorry, +1. 3.
Oh,
I'm kind of like, I'm
no.
walking past. I'm like turning my head away. I'm like looking at the ground, looking away. If she's on this side, I'm
Because you're
looking over
looking
here.
at the ground, you bump into her.
Oh, sorry, ma'am. I'm gonna walk around her. Just keep going.
As you do, she half turns. You can just
Flash
see
the
like
ticket.
you can just see like the most. What's the correct word?
Peeved.
The most
Loathing?
sly grin on her face. Like it seems it could be genuine, but it's so much. She tells so much more behind that smile, and she kind of says softly, "Welcome back, pet." enjoy the show.
I wave the ticket and keep walking. I'm meant to be here.
And then notices the rest of you guys and says, welcome. I really hope you enjoy the show. If you need anything, please let one of the many members here know. I'll be at your assistance. She continues greeting people. You guys make your way to your seats, or
Lucy's gonna roam around, not to get food, but she's just gonna walk around until the show starts. Just curious, trying to find that coat.
all right? And the rest
I
of you?
am gonna be wandering around as well. I'm looking for. I know where to go.
Mhm.
I'm looking for Perry's orders.
You also know that you, as a watcher, definitely should not.
I'm more.
I'd like you
I'm
to.
going to wild shape
All right.
into a mouse.
Lucy's
Very,
gonna
like a
gasp as
light
you do that.
brown mouse.
She's like, "Oh my lord, you're a mouse! That's
I
so
look at her-
cool."
I think I can still talk in wild shape with the new rules. Let me double check that.
Say that one more time. Sorry.
Give me a second.
I kind of turn to Samael, just kind of be like, seems like a nice enough. Going to check myself and not say that. Or not continue.
Yep, I can still speak. So I'm gonna look back at Lizzie and say, "Shh, shh, don't say anything." I'll scurry away, little mouse.
She's gonna watch and be like, "Oh my god, that was so cute."
Do I see any of the employees wearing white clothes or coats? Like the one we were looking for?
No, they seem to all be wearing different shades of green and red.
Lizzie's gonna give up after like 10 minutes and then start walking to her seat because she's tired.
All of your seats are next to each other, as well as a few other members of Lord and Ladies Covewater's staff. You see, they have other seats kind of scattered around a little bit. Don't know if they're sent here the same reason as you, or if they are just enjoying the show. And after about 15 minutes or so of waiting, the show begins. At this time, Isaac, you're doing what you are. I'm assuming you're doing.
Yep, I'm still looking for, or I'm heading to Perry's room.
I'd like you
It's
to
like a 50-50 chance if she's there. I don't think she would be, but I'm still
roll
going for it.
5 stealth.
Sick. As a mouse, do I get advantage because I'm a mouse?
Yes.
Natural 20.
First one.
I don't even have to roll the second one. So the second one, second one's not a natural 20. So that was with advantage. Second stealth check. As a mouse, let me pull up the mouse stat block on D&D Beyond.
You could also
real
just
quick.
shoot me all the messages on Discord. I got you. So while the show starts, you see many different gladiators coming around. Crowd cheers for them. You kind of hear one very large group of the crowd just chant. You definitely regulars chanting Jarlo, 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 and you can definitely tell whose name this is. As there's a large Goliath man, kind of with his arms in the air, hyping himself up.
I'm guessing I've lost to this man in the past.
For sure.
17. for the second
Sam's going to
stealth
nod
check.
appreciatively.
While this is all happening,
18, 20, and 17 for the last three. So nothing below a 17.
gotcha, perfect. You see a very large tapestry, kind of thrown over one of the balconies, and on it reads each of the fights that are happening. And as that happens, all over the stadium, different people are calling out, staff members calling out to say, place your bets. Who do you think will win on today's match? You can tell there are a few criminals in the fights for today, as well as a few regulars.
10 silver on jar, though.
Taken. And someone else counters yours, so you guys hand your money over to the staff member there, and he writes it down.
Is he somebody I know?
The staff member?
Yeah.
It's someone you recognize, yes, but you never really talked. It was kind of like saw each other in passing.
But I know that he's not a swindler. Like, I'll get my money back if I win.
Yeah, no, they're very, very strict about that here.
All right. I'll hand him 10 silver.
So, while that happens, as you find your way to Perry's quarters. The door is currently bolted shut.
I'm pretty small as a mouse. Can I slide under it?
There is very little space within it. You can try with a athletics check or a strength check to squeeze yourself through, but it will be difficult.
Ooh, it's a -5 with a mouse. I'm not gonna do that. I'm going to, as a mouse, just forgetting that I'm a mouse, I'm gonna knock on the door.
There is no response.
I'm gonna whisper under the door. Barry! Hello?
How loud do you do that?
Like a whisper. I'm a mouse, so I can still speak, but I'm trying to get as close to the door as possible. Like, hey! Hey, open the door!
Does that mean your whisper though is already gonna be like extremely quiet because you as a mouse are already really small?
In theory, I can still retain my level of speaking, I believe. So still not me sounds like me, to an extent.
As that happens, there seems to be a slight noise from inside, perhaps someone getting off their bed. But at the same time, you hear a set of 3 footsteps heading down the steps towards where you are, as well as voices.
Ooh, so I have to gamble the timing on this. Okay. I'm a mouse. No one's gonna care about a mouse. I'm gonna stay there and wait for Perry to open the door. Just kind of make it look natural. Just gonna like sniff at the door.
You hear what you assume to be Perry's footsteps heading towards the door, as the owner of the owner, as well as 2 guards, down.
I'm gonna squeeze under.
Roll strength check for me. Or, sorry, yeah, no, we're good.
Oh, it's gonna be so funny. Not bad, surprisingly. It's a 12 because the mouse is -5.
You squeak under the door, just barely fitting, as you hear the owner of 2 guys, and right in front of you, you see Perry making her way towards the door. She glances down at you and realizes it seems.
Shh.
She kind of.
I'm gonna wait for the other footsteps to pass outside.
They stop outside the door. She
I'm
reaches
going
down.
to scurry up her pant leg.
She covers her mouth and like instinctively slaps where you are. Does a 12 hit?
A mouse?
Okay.
Yeah.
Take 1 slapping damage.
Her plant split in 2 as I pop back out into the room.
She like looks frightened for you.
And I'm gonna use my second wild shape and go into a mouse again and scurry under the bed.
She tries to cover her face as fast as possible, like not cover, but like regain a normal face as the door opens. And you can see the owner of the
Tirith.
Brain is not. Yes, you're the owner of the arena. Walk in. Are you watching her come in from under the bed?
I'm under the bed, so I'm watching the toes.
All right.
I'm watching people's feet as they walk in.
Yeah, you don't see anything other than that. Then, and as soon as she walks in, she seems to stop, look around for a second, and then just nod, and then walk back out again. And there's no conversation. Door shuts, and only her footsteps.
I finish. I actually take a breath. I scurry back out.
Scrambles. Harry scrambles. Scoops you up. Goes, can't be here. Shut up. Shut up. What do you think you're doing here?
Shut up. They're still there.
I know. Can't hear.
Shut up.
You shut
up. Shh.
She like tries to like mouth. What the heck are you doing here?
Is the door locked from the inside or the outside?
Outside.
Oh, this is gonna be real fun. I don't have any more wild shapes left, so I'm concerned. I'm gonna drop my wild shape and pop back into my normal self.
Mm-hmm.
I missed you. I give her a hug.
She seems
I
stiff.
like crouch
moment.
down and give her a hug because I'm tall.
She is, yes, a halfling woman.
Mm.
Or yeah. She stiffens up for a moment, and then like melts. She kind of whispers back, "I missed you too. You can't be here. They'll kill you."
I didn't know you were still here.
Where
you
else? Where else would I be?
I thought you made it out.
You left me behind.
We got separated.
You never came back.
I was on a boat. Set sail the next morning. I thought you were out.
I'm sure that's a wonderful story, but you really cannot be. They'll kill me too.
Is there a window?
There is what looks like a very small, kind of like one of those ground windows to the streets outside, but it is pretty small.
In my experience, how long do the fights normally last? Time frame?
10 minutes each, so the whole show probably lasts about 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours.
Perfect. Let me double check one thing real quick.
While this is happening, everyone who's currently watching the fights, one by one, you can see a lot of the criminals get slaughtered, much to the appreciation of the crowd. And I'd like everyone who's up in the arena to roll perception checks for me. As I assume you're looking for the coat.
17.
18.
Alright. And Rex, do you have a roll for that?
Not quite yet.
No worries.
Let me click a couple of things. All right. 13.
Any of those of you who rolled higher than a 15, you notice, or not notice, you see as you're looking for Gareth, the owner of the arena, sitting in her own little cushioned balcony watching the show. Wrapped around her shoulders is a fur coat, snow white fur, seeming to fit the exact description of what the Cove Waters gave you.
No.
Liz is gonna point it
Alright.
out to the other two in case they didn't see, but like, hey, y'all, is that what I think it is? But she's gonna do it discreetly so no one really sees.
Can you repeat what it was?
The
DM? You were really quiet, so I
Oh,
didn't
sorry.
hear what.
The owner of the arena is currently wearing a cloak that matches the exact description that the Cove Waters gave you.
I do believe it is.
Ain't that the woman that greeted us on the way here? What?
And it is at
Well, I
this-
noticed this on it being pointed out to me.
Yes.
It would seem so.
Well, at least we got an answer to give. Don't know if it's good or not.
It is at this point that the current fight, hold up. Excuse me. The one between Jarlo and what looks like a very scrawny criminal. What everyone would assume to be a very quick and easy fight. There is a hush from the crowd as Jarlo seems to stumble, dropping to a knee, seeming out of breath. The criminal, confused, goes to take a step forward to strike down Jarlo, but before he can, as he raises the rusty sword, Jarlo screams, and in a bright flash of fiery light, he explodes.
Well, I guess we got our answer on how that was at the street.
A near identical burn mark on the ground. The criminal's entire front melted as he falls dead as well.
Sam is going to shake his head. I told Jarlo to repent.
There are screams from the crowd as the medics rush out to try and see how to help. People are being told to calm down by the staff, that this is all part of the show. Little surprise.
Liz is gonna lean over and be like, how much you wanna bet that ain't?
Everything.
Well, I agree with you, but I'm not in a betting mood anymore.
Touche.
My 10 silver's never coming back.
Oh,
And neither is
no.
Jarlo.
Forget that. The man died.
Rex,
Do you
I
want
said,
some
and neither
10
is Jarlo.
silvers?
The crowd goes...
No, I.
Sorry?
I'll take it as a lesson from the Twilight Lord and leave it at that.
Liz shakes her head and hands you 5, shoves it in your hand. She's like, nah, you are taking this and you are going to accept it.
Sam, overpowered by your enthusiasm, nods his head.
The crowd, seeming to have accepted this explanation, goes back to cheering as the burnt corpse of the criminal is carried off as the last fight is brought up. Would you like to place bets on this one?
Well, I'd really hesitate to. You know, never know when someone else is gonna vanish. A puff of smoke.
The staff member just kind of smiles and goes, "All of the trick of the eye. I'm sure everything will be fine."
How sincere does that seem?
Roll, see, investigation or insight.
That is a 19 on insight.
Not sincere whatsoever. They seem mildly on the edge of panic.
Well, I guess I'm lucky I wasn't booked today.
She's gonna turn her head and be like, you work here?
Sometimes, let's just say preaching doesn't make very much money.
That would make sense.
And as the fight continues, eventually the winners are announced and clearly shown as people cheer and slowly begin making their way out of the arena. What would you guys like to do?
We gotta go find our friend.
How easy would it be to access the thing?
Like the main arena?
Did I notice him turning into a mouse?
I did try to
Um,
do it out of sight because I didn't want other onlookers seeing.
Probably not, then.
Alright, then.
I have a plan.
I haven't the foggiest. I'm going to look around and see if I can see.
I mean, he's tall. He can't be that hard to find.
I'm about
Druids have a way of
5'9".
disappearing.
She's like 5'6". You're tall to her. Everyone is like giants to her in her world.
The fact that like, I'm 4 inches taller than your characters.
So, you guys make your way out or in?
Out or in where?
Out of the arena or further in towards the center.
I'm just going to start asking acquaintances if they've seen description of man whose name I have still not yet heard.
Most of them shake their head no. A couple of them who you know have been there far longer than you have give you a worried look toward answering. No, is he
I
here
asked
today?
them why they look concerned.
It's about at this time that they hear a thunderclap.
No.
As what I've been doing is I cast fog cloud on the bottom of the door so it leaks out to obscure the area. I also cast, or I have my ferret familiar that I have actively out. He's gonna scurry under the door because he's a whole lot easier to get through than I am. And he's gonna make a distraction, run up the stairs, and try to get the guards to follow him before I thunder wave the door off its hinges.
Let me roll to see if this works.
It's gonna be a lot.
Yep, it works.
Do you have a way to quickly leave?
Presumably. Just give
Well,
me a
Clip
second.
Clop's in my bracelet, so unless you
I
come
know,
grab
I know
us.
the way out. I know the timing of the fight, so I'm kind of trying to listen, hear the cheers as I go before I do it all.
All right. Are you taking Perry with you?
Barry, do you want to come with me?
I don't know if I can.
I know a good ship's captain. He's docked right now. I can tell him to leave.
And they won't find me?
They can't find you on sea. They didn't find me for the last 2.5 years.
She looks worried, scared, and instead of answering, she just gives a very curt nod.
Send the fog cloud and my ferret out, and then thunderclap.
The cards run after the ferret.
I'm gonna
And-
wait about 2 minutes with them following him, and then thunderclap.
The rest of you just hear a thunderclap from under the stage, as well as some odd fog here seeping up. Some people stop to watch. A bunch of the guards that are standing there all start running to the doors that lead down.
Did my
Presumably, I
acquaintances
know
answer my
multiple ways to
question?
get out, right?
Yeah.
Because I asked why they were giving me a worried look after describing this man who I have just met.
It happens so all of that happens exactly as the time before their answer. So they stop. They're unable to answer you as they rush to do their job.
Lovely.
One moment.
I will also cast. This is gonna drop the fog cloud. The fog cloud's only for our immediate vicinity.
Huh.
I'm gonna cast Summon Beast,
Mhm.
a 2nd level spell. Call forth a bestial spirit. It is designated as a small spirit. However, I'm hoping that Perry, because she is significantly smaller than me and whatnot, can be carried by this to go faster.
What are you trying to summon?
I am summoning, so I have to choose between land, water, or sky. I don't think an air creature can carry her. It's too small. So I am summoning a Mastiff and having Perry hop on its back. Well, that runs farther than I can.
All right. You can definitely try that. Roll a
I'm
strength
hoping that
check
works.
for the mastiff.
It's pretty average. Mastiff.
Don't
Not bad.
halflings ride dogs into battle?
Perhaps.
That's what I'm kind of going for.
Just see a poodle running with a dwarf on its back, full speed.
That is a 14.
Yeah. We'll say that works.
I'm pretty sure dwarfs weigh like 6 times what a
Be right back.
halfling weighs.
Yeah, halfling Perry weighs like 40 some pounds.
Then yeah, that'll definitely work. For those of you more receptive, you'll very briefly notice your newly made friend running out from one of the lesser seen doors. A mastiff with a halfling woman shortly in front, making their way towards the exit.
Don't ask questions, just run. We're bolting it.
No time for questions.
Liz is gonna look over and be like, well, I guess we're no longer welcome, guys. We might want to head out.
The entire story
Time to
changes.
go.
We're now pirates.
You guys,
Back to the cove waters then?
I think wherever he's going, we might want to pick him
Well,
up
yeah,
before we go there.
I'm following him, but I'm running at a comfortable pace.
Liz is gonna look at everyone trying to run, see how small she is, and then can I summon just my horse without its
Mhm.
carriage? I summon the horse, hop on it, and then follow too.
as you guys are running, Isaac, could you make a wisdom save for me?
Oh yeah, I'm really good at these. Save 19.
Awesome. You feel no odd side effects. However, you do hear Tara's voice in your head saying, "Where are you going, little pet? Trying to take another toy? Really? Run back to your master, see how well that goes for you. And how well that goes for her."
I'm not taking her to the Cove Waters. I'm taking her to the boat. To Captain Cert.
Sure.
So you guys flee. You make it out. After you are a bit of a way through here. If you guys have made it back out to the secondary area, you guys start slowing down. You start getting a little tired. Where do you go from there?
Hey guys, I missed a couple of minutes there for a restroom break. What exactly happened while I was gone?
Beautiful. Yeah.
Oh,
I
a lot.
escaped.
There was a lot of fog, loud sounds, a lot of running, explosion somewhere.
Kidnapping.
Pertinent to your character, we just saw Isaac running and ran after him.
Okay. So we're
And
just
dog.
running after Emil. Okay.
Yep, a halfling riding a dog as well.
Halfling riding a dog.
Ah,
Interesting.
My good man, who is what is going on exactly?
Oh, mate. Sometimes it's best to not ask questions in the moment.
I'm assuming
As
A,
I
I'm
take off
farther
running.
along than them, but B, I'm going a different direction than them.
We're
Possibly.
following you.
We're
Yeah, they're-
we
they're-
have
Oh, cool.
not
You guys
stopped.
are not going to the Cove Waters house
Nope.
then.
You guys are now making your way towards this edge of the Cove Water District. as
How
that is-
far ahead of us are you?
I probably got like a 20-second head start.
Liz
27
is just gonna
know.
shout, "Hey, y'all want to ride?"
That would
Actually,
be
yeah, the horse
faster.
is probably faster than us.
She's looking around
Yep.
like with her horse trotting
Just
slash
pause.
walking, taking like pauses.
Works
She
for
gets
me.
That would be appreciated.
she pulls the cart from her bracelet, hooks it up on the horse, offers everyone a ride, including the dog, and then
dog
starts
hops
riding,
up
asking
and
you where to
then-
go.
Vanishes. I'm pretty sure the dog's already gone by now, actually.
And then she's gonna look
Yeah.
back at
Well,
you.
it lasts for an hour. So the dog will be
Oh.
here for an hour,
The
which I'm
dog's
assuming is
joining.
probably an hour already.
You can make it to the docks within an hour.
Sick. So the dog does hop up into the carriage as well.
Liz
Big old
looks back.
slobbery mastiff.
She turns
Oh, no.
down and she's like, either you can tell me to where to go, or you could tell him where to go. You gotta tell one of us, though.
Do you know where the docks are?
Oh yeah, I go there all the
Yeah, we're
time.
making it to the docks. We're gonna go to the Fairweather.
All right, side trip we go. And then she starts heading there.
My
Yeah.
good man, will I be getting my money or
What exactly just happened?
So, everybody say hi to Perry.
Hello, Perry.
This is Perry,
Good eye.
my
Nice
best
to meet
friends.
you.
She
Pleased
And
to make your
it's a
acquaintance.
Liberation Day.
Liberation.
she
we
is
didn't just take one of the criminals, did we?
Perry, are you a criminal?
no. Well, not really.
No, it is.
Thank you for helping me out of there.
Taking a friend out to the docks, sending him off on a ship.
Wait, you said you were from a ship. Are you gonna join them?
Nope.
Is this a kidnapping case?
Hold up, you best not
Sure.
be telling me I'm kidnapping someone.
Are you opposed if it's a kidnapping?
That rides borderline on slavery, depending on what happens, and I do not tolerate that. And then her like tail snaps with anger. She looks at you, she's like, "You tell me now, what are we doing?"
To
Stopping the
topic,
horse.
Like I said, it's liberation. Taking someone from the arena, putting them somewhere else.
She looks at Perry. Is like, "Are you being a slave? Are you being kidnapped against your will?"
No, I want to go. I don't want to be a slave anymore.
Told
Good.
you.
I had to double check. You know how some people are around this area. And she continues clip clop.
Yes,
It
the
helps I
people in
grew
the
up
city
in
have
the
not
arena.
made a good impression on me.
Can I ask everyone to roll a perception check for me?
Like that's the only thing we've rolled.
All right,
5.
21.
23.
Okay.
Why do I never get to know what's happening?
You're too focused on kidnapping.
Apparently.
You notice that the further away from the arena we get, the brighter purple, the brighter the purple glow from the tattoo that seems to be around Harry's neck glows.
Just so we're clear, that's not one of those tattoos that blows your head off, is it?
She like seems to be struggling to breathe slightly. Just goes, "No, it's shouldn't be. It's It's fine. Please, continue.
Liz turns her head around.
Um,
She's like,
I
I don't believe
I
you.
am an ordained priest. If you need me to give you your last rites, I can do that.
Hold up! Ain't no one dying in this cart.
I'm going to cast Detect Magic.
You can tell there is a illegal spell cast on Perry. It is so, as the law works in this city, you would all know. Slaves are not supposed to have any magic cast upon them. That way, should they escape or anything, they still have that possibility to. But yeah, it's against the law to cast anything on slaves. So this is a highly illegal, basically a tightening spell. The further away she gets from the arena, the tighter the tattoo will become around her neck.
The people in this city are just lovely people, aren't they?
Yeah.
So the sea ain't an option. Do y'all know any medics or anyone dealing with that magic-y stuff? I ain't good at that.
I'm not terrible.
You want to risk a life on it?
Give me a minute.
Unfortunately, anyone I know who could be of help is far away from this place.
I'm going to cast Lesser Restoration.
It seems to help slightly. Maybe giving her a little bit of time.
DM, having experimented with my newfound powers for the past 9 odd months, would I think that that 5 charges of lay on hands would do something here? Since I know I could use to cure a poison or a disease.
It might be able to lessen the effect, to make it maybe less labored to breathe, or make it distance being able to travel farther, but it's not a permanent solution.
I can ease your suffering a little if that is what you desire, but I can't fix you.
She coughs and nods. Please.
By the grace of Salumnox. And I use lay on hands. For 5 points.
She's able to breathe well again.
Would we be able to make it to the cove waters?
Essentially.
Just guessing the distance roughly.
Possibly. Probably.
Change of course. Take us to the cove waters, please.
Alright. If she gets any worse and to the point where she can't breathe at all, we're gonna go a little bit back, and then half of us are gonna go to the cold waters to get help. I am not risking this poor girl's life.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to either.
That seems to be the best solution.
Liz nods her head and then snaps the reins and starts heading towards the cold waters.
For the record, I do not recognize her, correct?
No, you do not.
I thought I knew most of the people at the arena fairly well, but...
You're still a little bit newer at the arena as well. There are others who have been there far longer and who have... there's definitely a lot of layers to the arena.
Barry doesn't do many fighting jobs.
That would explain it.
You make your way to the cove waters. Once again, going up the beautiful driveway as the sun begins to turn gold and set. Make your way up, and there are servants waiting at the front entrance. You pull up. They look at you worried. Like, is everything all right?
So we have a bit of a problem. Medical help, first of all. Someone who can remove arcane curses, perhaps?
Yes, please.
And I'm not done speaking. and then Lord and Lady Covewater. We would rather not go further, just in case.
Yes, of course, we will get them here immediately. And
Thank you very much.
one of them just sprints off in the direction of you would know to be the top second floor. The other makes their way very fast to the balcony area. About 5 minutes pass. Actually, not even that. A minute and a half passes before the medic shows up. The cove waters are a minute or two after that. As the medic walks up or jogs up, goes, "Yes, how can I help?"
Gesture towards Perry.
The grumpy-looking old man, monk's balding, kind of rushes up to her, looks at the glowing tattoos. That is nasty, nasty work. I think I could fix it. And he kind of just
You have to do a little bit better than think.
80% success.
It's not bad. It's only a life that hangs in the balance, you know.
Hey,
80%?
be
No,
nice to
80%
the
is good.
medic.
80% is good.
He
He's
gestures.
at least helping.
He gestures for Perry to follow as he kind of holds his hands out in front of her. His hands glowing with a golden light. Her breathing seeming to ease a bit as she gets off the cart. She gets off the cart and follows the medic inside. The Cove Waters. What was all that?
Don't worry about it. We're good.
Good news,
got
we
it
found your
settled.
coat.
We did. We did.
We did. If you weren't doing whatever you
did.
were.
Shut up.
Lady Covewater seeming to almost not hear it. As soon as she heard the words "found the coat," she almost, I want to say stumbles, but chokes on her words, and tears start welling in her eyes from joy. Goes, You found it? Where is it?"
Lady, what is happening? You gotta tell us. We can't help if you don't tell.
He.
What is the name of the woman who runs the arena?
Uh,
And she was the one who's wearing it, correct?
yes.
Tall lady.
The Lady Tirith, was wearing this coat.
And at this news, she looks very sad. Her husband putting an arm around her comfortingly as he begins to speak for her. Let's talk about this over supper. It is a long conversation, and seeing as you are probably roped into this now, it's best to explain. Please come inside. Dinner will be served. And he turns and guides his wife inside.
Liz is gonna walk up trying to be as understanding as possible, but her tail's gonna do a small wag, excited for the food they're gonna give.
You guys all enter.
Well, I don't have anything better to do. I mean, no,
Gotta get
I
that
don't
money.
have anyone to go. I have no one to go and talk to anywhere else, so I'll go.
As you'll enter, Lord and Lady Covewater excuse themselves for a brief moment to freshen up. As servants lead you to a large table on a different balcony overlooking the ocean, perfectly where the sun is just beginning to set. The magical lights in the sky and ocean just beginning to start their glow. As food starts being served. A moment later, Lord and Lady Covewater come out and take their seats. They seem a lot more restrained now, a lot more put together.
Table.
Yes.
Mhm.
As Lord Coldwater speaks and goes, "So, you said that Tirith was wearing the coat?"
Indeed. Everyone else was wearing the typical reds and greens. I never understood why they looked so festive. But
See. Well, as promised, and he pulls out 4 pouches and sets them on the table in front of you. Your pay. And for those of you who wish to leave, feel free to whenever. For those of you who wish to hear why this coat means so much, you can stay. And he kind of gives you guys a moment to leave if you wish.
I take the gold, I stand up. I walk around to the other side and I lean against the balcony and listen.
Liz, Liz is gonna look down at the money, kind of sad and slumped because she doesn't want to say no, but she also didn't want the money. And then slowly take it without saying anything.
Well,
Well, the Lord Salamnox does encourage us to hear the troubles of our fellow man.
he,
Is there anything I can do?
he nods graciously at you as well. First off, I met my wife a long time ago. It was years now. Kind of chuckles at the thought. Must have been 6, 7 years now on the Island of Stars. It is, I'm sure some of you know, the west of where we are now. And beautiful island. I fell in love with her as soon as we met. However, I had my duties as a young lord, and she was, well, how do I put this? And he's trying to find a way to say something politely. You can tell. She kind of chuckles and goes, "Wild," and he agrees. She was part of her own tribe, if you will. And while I
Does this ring any bells for me?
not necessarily. If anything, it would be Isaac who's it's ringing bells for. But he continues. I came back home and could not, for the life of me, get her out of my head. I was love at first sight, if you will. And so I hired Gareth, unfortunately, to invite her back to my home. So I could get to know her better and see if the feelings were mutual. Unfortunately, I was unaware at the time of the tyranny that she possessed, and my wife became a slave, forcing my hand to purchase her, as well as her coat at the time. A few years later, a couple months ago from now, the coat was stolen from us, and we assumed the worst, as it's very important to my wife. How do I explain this? Isaac, you are starting to put the pieces together. Due to her appearance and the coat, she seems to be and you can
Sick.
tell.
I already know what that is.
Hell yeah.
I've played with one in the past.
Heck yeah. So, she's trying to find the right words to say. And he goes, I don't know what the
A
term would
shifter.
be. Yes. Say that. Yes. Most of the sailors call them shifters or selkie, if you will. But that is why we need her coat back so urgently. Without it, she has no ability for her magic or the ability to shift, and she is trapped.
I'm gonna be honest, I did not see that coming.
So was the stealing of this coat some sort of veiled declaration of intent?
Well, thing is, she worked specifically for the Allegro district, as they are all slavers. And while we have not had wonderful relationships with them, once the Lord of Lego got sick, his son took over, and we have had extremely difficult relations with them as we are trying to ban slavery. So it might be, however, I do not believe it is enough to cause outright issues, if you will. Not publicly, at least. Though tensions have been high.
Which district is the arena in again?
It's in the center. So the center it's not part of any district.
It's like a no man's land.
Yes and no. It's like the glorious no man's land. Like it's genuinely pretty good though. Like the wealthiest district.
Las Vegas.
Yeah, but less.
Summerlin.
Yeah, less sketchy than Vegas.
I don't know, seeing as there's a big slavery operations running through it.
True, but slavery's kind
Less
of everywhere.
overtly sketchy.
Yeah, it's there's definitely some sketchy parts, but the whole city or the center on the whole is pretty much pretty much fancy. Anything Allegro side though is sketchy though.
Well, how exactly would you like to go about getting your coat back?
That is what we are trying to figure out now. Most likely we'll have to hire someone to steal it back.
I mean, I retrieve packages from you all the time. You want me to get you this?
It will be dangerous. I'm not sure.
Some of those things you sent me to deliver have been far worse. I'm so sure of that.
Might I ask for something then? A favor for a favor?
Of course. Anything we are able to grant for it, we will do.
I would like the ability to publicly declare myself under your protection, and as such, proactively resist those who wish to make my life unpleasant.
You would like our
Whilst I
protection?
preach in your district.
You would like our protection while you preach?
Well, essentially, I would like to be affiliated with your name so that all of the most uncouth scoffers would be put to heel, as it were.
As long as you do not instigate any harm, I can grant that.
Oh, you're not gonna have any problem then.
Are you going to instigate all the harm instead, Lizzie?
I am in this city
Maybe.
to... The reason I'm in this city is to provide salvation. Bringing harm to the unfortunate fools rather cuts against that.
Then yes, granted, you have our protection. You're under my name.
Excellent.
Mm.
So, now we should just... forgive me, I can't speak for everyone. Your thoughts, friend? And I look at Rex.
Omen? Oh, yeah.
Candle?
That's what I said. I said I'm in.
What about you, Druid?
Aye, Lord and Lady Covewater. However, one thing.
Hmm.
When we do this, compensation for myself is a little bit less important. Whatever I get can go to Perry. But would you be able to establish a contract of purchase, essentially, to transfer a slave from Tirith to yourself instead? I
Most
mean, I would
likely.
assume that with the transferring of a slave, the unwanted necklace would vanish from Tirith's control.
Yes, our cleric is working to remove that nasty, and will be brought up to the council.
Two transfers then.
Very well.
One for Tirith and one for myself, so she doesn't come after me again.
I will do what I can.
Should we be on the lookout for any sort of correspondence or evidence to prove wrongdoing while we're doing this?
Any would be appreciated, as I will need to bring evidence to the council. However, your safety is a very big concern of ours, and we would not want you to do anything that would get you killed. I know there have been rumors that the Ring have been working on more than just their arena fights. There's something far worse going on. Something to do with the explosions around the city, as well as the illegal trading of slaves. So, if you do all wish to embark on this favor, I just request you be careful.
I have another issue I wish to bring up. I would like to know what is to become of the gladiators and employees if we bring down the ring.
Should they be found innocent, then they will go about their lives how they will. If not, though, they will be punished to the full length of the law.
Sam nods his head contemplatively as he thinks about all of the acquaintances he's made over there and hopes that, even though there's nobody he can call a friend there exactly, hopes that most of them aren't in on it.
And for any supplies you would need, my daughter can help give you whatever you need, especially if you would have to acquire some special equipment for whatever purposes you see fit. But once again, thank you. And should you complete this, you will always have a welcome home here. Now, please, enough sad talk. Eat, drink, be merry. And he grabs himself a large glass of wine.
I've already finished one glass, set it down, go for another.
Liz looks up at you and is like, "You do know you gotta eat, right?"
I don't have much of an appetite.
It's
I don't know.
disrespectful.
Out in the wilds of the world, I've met people who I'm pretty sure could live entirely off the drink.
Yeah, sailors do have that tendency.
I failed the constitution. I'm drunk.
He looks at you, recognizes the look on your face. Case in point.
Oh no.
By the way, could you tell me your name? I'm tired of referring to you as you, Druid.
I am Emil. Everest. You can call me Emil.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Liz is also gonna turn back to the lord and the lady. Like, excuse me, can I just give you back your gold in hopes for something else? Maybe?
Keep the gold. First thing in the morning, my daughter will see to your weapons as well as whatever else your party will need.
Oh, you can really take the gold back. I don't need it.
It's nothing. Keep it. Feed your horse. Whatever you need.
Thank you.
You'll have a room and a warm bath and everything you'll need tonight. Your servants will show you when you're ready.
Liz is gonna get up and just say, well, I'm a pass out. I'm tired. Bye. And walk away.
So, anything interesting in the scientific world, inventions and such that you've heard of?
Who are you asking?
Who all's there?
Uh,
I know that this is the more sciencey area.
yeah. There's Lord and Lady Covewater. And then the three of you, basically.
The other two. They might be able to answer that. After all, their daughter is head of science or something.
Hold up one second. So you're asking them?
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, right now,
I probably, if I know them at all, it's probably largely because of contracting and stuff to do with science.
wait. Give me a second. Write down their names. I wrote down this character's name. Give me a second.
No,
Anyway, they nod and go, yes, for sure. There's been, I think, several breakthroughs according to our daughter. Poppy's been working all night on practically every night to she's calling it some sort of revolution. Though I'm not very sure myself what that means. But
one would
be
think
sure
that's
to-
a rather uncomfortable word.
depends.
not in the scientific world.
I'm not exactly against change. Good to have innovation. But be sure to ask her of that tomorrow.
Oh, I will.
And as the
Sure.
sun sets, that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Sick.
That was fun.
That was fun. Same time next week.